New at 5, the Tahlequah Police Department is preparing for the worst by holding active shooter training, and this one was different because some of their own children played the role of victims.
Fox 23's Jade Murrow is live at Heritage Elementary, and Jade, you got to participate too.
Well, that's right. This training event was a first for me. I got to play as a victim at one point, and at another point, I got to be alongside the officers to respond, and both sides were scary.
For many of these officers, this training is nothing new.
From the right.
But for some, it's a perspective that they never think to put themselves in. The Tahlequah Police Department used real officers, but used their own children to play the role as victims. Tahlequah Police Chief Nate King explained to me why they decided to take that route.
It gives us a more realistic, as real as we can get as far as training like this, which helps point out mistakes. I mean, I was shot in the arm earlier, and that negative reinforcement makes you be more cognizant of what you're doing.
I myself was in the perspective of a victim in a classroom of an active shooter, from hearing gunshots and calls for help to putting on a mask and jacket and navigating the active shooter alongside other officers.
Can we go in this one? Okay.
Unless you want to.
Okay.
Although it wasn't real, I felt my own stress levels rising. I spoke to Tahlequah's Lieutenant Training Coordinator Josh Gerdner. He told me through this training, mistakes are made, but the mistakes are a good thing to keep in mind.
Anytime that I would get a paintball on me or seeing that I was shot, it lets you know that, hey, it's not real right now, but that could be real. It gives you something to think about and something to work on.
King expressed to me that this type of training is important to their department and city, especially with the size of Tahlequah.
Obviously, it's one of the most pressing things for rural departments, especially that don't have SWAT team, that initial response to an active shooter, especially in a school. For a department our size, a town our size, we have 7 school sites within the city limits, so we have to be prepared to respond to whichever location it is.
King says they want to continue to have this type of training often, so that way they're ready for anything. Live in Tahlequah, covering News That Matters, I'm Jade Murrow, Fox 23 News.
The Tahlequah Police Department says they will collaborate with neighboring departments for further training and to help their colleagues.